OITN television network was established close to 25 years ago in Los Angeles. Nader Rafiee is director and producer of the station. OITN first started broadcasting on a Los Angeles cable station and Channel 18 KSCI. OITN broadcasts around the clock to viewers in at least 5 continents. During the last few years, it has been broadcast by Telstar Satellite in North America, including parts of Mexico, and also by Hotbird Satellite for all of Europe and the Middle East. OITN's goal from day one has been to educate people against drug use, and it has been successful in convincing addicts to seek professional help and get themselves clean. OITN is constantly alerting youth to the harm narcotics will bring to their lives, and it has played a leading role in raising awareness. On June 26th, International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, with Nader Rafiee's invitation, people wore white to show their opposition against narcotic use and trafficking. Because of these efforts, Nader Rafiee was honored with 12 awards from organizations and agencies such as the California Governor's Office. He has also been awarded the Medal of Merit by the Los Angeles Sheriff's Office. OITN has been nominated to receive even more awards because of its continued fight against drug abuse. Nader Rafiee has finished his education in cinematography and broadcasting in California Long Beach University. He has also directed many music videos in which he illustrates the effects of narcotics in society. OITN is supported by people around the world, with a small percentage of revenues coming from commercial spots. We hope you can join us to eliminate this deadly disease from our society and make a better world for all people. Thank you for your support, and God bless all nations.
با درود خدمت یکایک شما هموطنان عزیز در سراسر جهان. امیدوارم در هر کجا که هستید خوب و خوش و سلامت و پاینده و برقرار باشید. برنامه امروز ما برنامه‌ای است که نگاهی است به هالیوود. بله، پامون رو فراتر گذاشتیم و امروز در برنامه با نادر رفیعی گفتگویی داریم با یک کارگردان بسیار بسیار معروف هالیوود و یکی از هموطنان عزیزی که قطعاً معرف حضور شما هست و می‌بینیم که موفقیت‌های او روز به روز بیشتر و بیشتر و بیشتر میشه. کسانی که با هالیوود آشنایی دارن قطعاً اسم تونی تارانتینو رو خوب میشناسن. یک کارگردان قدیمی، کارگردانی که هنوز هم مطرحه و الان می‌بینیم که بسیاری از رسانه‌های نتورکی که نیشن واید هستن هرگاه راجع به هالیوود بخواد صحبت بشه از چنین شخصیتی تعریف میکنن و او رو باش مصاحبه میکنن، چرا که نظر او برای هالیوود امروز خیلی مهمه و برای مردم. در نتیجه منو بر اون داشت که گفتگوی داشته باشم با آقای تارانتینو و دیگر دوست بسیار عزیز ما آقای اولمپیا جلیلی. و گفتگوی من گفتگویی است که میتونه برای شما عزیزان در سراسر جهان جالب و دیدنی باشه. اما مجبورم انگلیسی صحبت کنم به این دلیل که مهمان ما انگلیسی زبان هست و فارسی هم چیزی نمیدونه. در نتیجه I'd like to welcome to Mr. Tony Tarantino. Very welcome to our show.
Well, thank you, sir. My pleasure.
And Mr. Jalili, one of my old friend, which I know him since when I was a kid, and I'm very happy to introduce one of the very famous and popular writer, director, and actor in Hollywood, Mr. Tony Tarantino. Mr. Tarantino, very, very welcome to our show.
Well, thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
And thank you very much for accepting our invitation. And I'm sure you have a very, very short time for having interview, because I know when you become as a director, so you have to spend your time for many other things which could be more important.
That is correct, especially in pre-production. It's endless days.
Oh yeah, pre-production is one of the very important part for making
Exactly.
movie. Am I correct?
Exactly, yes.
That's good. So, thank you so much. Very welcome to our show.
Pleasure. I'm so glad. Thank you for having us. And also, as you say, the big director. Such a Tony is a friend of mine about 25 years. And his son, Pulp Fiction, and himself got the Valley Award with the movie they are doing with his son. I'm so glad to be here because you deserve it,
So I have a good news for our viewers. Very soon you're gonna see the movie, which is gonna be made and produced by Mr. Jalili and Mr. Tarantino. So he's gonna be as an executive producer, and Mr. Tarantino is gonna be a director and writer. Right?
And writer, yes.
That's good. So we're gonna talk about it later. But before we want to start our conversation and interview, many of viewers, maybe you don't know about your background and your jobs. So I'll be more than happy to explain to our viewers that explain where were you born and where did you start, when.
Oh, my daddy always told me they found me in a cabbage patch.
Oh, is that right?
No, actually, I'm basically born into the industry. My dad was an actor in the late 20s, early 30s. He did nothing but old westerns. He was even in silent ones. He did films with people like Buck Jones, Tom Mix, Tim McCoy, names that people today don't even remember. So I grew up listening to all his stories about Hollywood and about all these famous actors. And even though they were long gone before my time came along, I felt like I knew them just through his conversations about them. My dad was my hero. Whatever he did, I had to do. His teaching and his words and his impressions for me were awesome. Everything that I am today, I became and received through his guidance. So he was an actor, I had to be an actor. He was a World War II Marine, I had to be a Marine. Anything he had done, I had to.
You just follow him.
I just followed him, yeah. All through school, I started in, say, junior high school and school plays and what have you, all through high school. And then finally, I went and became a student at the Pasadena Playhouse College of Theater Arts, along with Dustin Hoffman and Gene Hackman and myself and even Leonard Nimoy and a whole bunch of very successful Hollywood people are products of the Pasadena Playhouse. I got my Bachelor of Arts degree in Theater Arts from the Pasadena Playhouse College of Theater Arts. And then from there I started in film. I started like most everybody else as a background player.
How old were you at that time?
I don't want to even talk about that. I was a
first,
teenager.
You're talking about the Marine. You've been in the Vietnam War.
I was in the Marines, yes.
Okay, for how long?
About 4 years.
Then you've been in fight and...
Yes, soldier in the legs and for Vietnam and also همینطور که فرمودن آقای نادرشان پدرشون هم به اصطلاح مارین بودن ولی بازیگر هم بودن.
دقیقاً. So you don't like talk about that time. Okay, forget it. I could figure out. So okay, let's talk about the part that you're starting to to work in Hollywood. Okay, how did you start?
Well, as a youngster, still in my teens, I wound up doing extra work. Back then we called them extra. Today I think they call it background players, right? And I did a whole bunch of those. And then finally somebody noticed me and I got my first real part in a film called Where the Boys Are. I believe that was 1958. And that was shot in Fort Lauderdale,
just Florida.
And then I've been at it ever since. I've done a bunch of spots on a lot of TV shows that people don't even recognize anymore today, like Dobie Gillis, Zane Grey Theater, Dick Powell Presents. I did a lot of...
It's all the classic.
Yeah.
And old.
All right. And then from there on into film. My latest, most recent films, Holy Hollywood, Underbelly Blues, All in the Family, Family Tree, and it just goes on.
That's pretty nice resume and background. Let's watch one of your movie that you made, so
Okay.
then we talk about it.
Okay, sure.
Entertainment Tonight, the most watched entertainment news program in the world. Hey, white boy, give me your money. Tony Tarantino proves son Quentin isn't the only artist in the family by starring in Holy Hollywood, a film about the world of extras casting and the Best Feature winner at the Valley International Film Festival.
I guess there's more part than you can show. It was not only this part. So
Yeah,
to get
they have another clip.
Yeah.
They have another clip.
Yeah, we have another clip that it shows the interview with Mr. Tarantino.
On the news.
Yeah,
That was a fun
that
film.
was a fun.
Yeah,
interaction.
even Al Pacino was in that.
Mr. Tarantino. Okay.
Global war on drugs, narcotics today are bigger business than ever.
We have a war going on between two very powerful drug cartels. These two drug cartels used to be partners, used to be kind of brothers in the drug trade, bringing cocaine into the United States.
Okay, this part is belong to the movie, which is producing right now, and the executive producer is Mr. Jalili, and the directing and writing by Mr. Tarantino. The Prison.
Yes.
Okay. So, would you explain about this project? So,
Yeah.
what about it and
What
when
is
it's
story?
gonna be-
Yeah, this
Ready.
project is about an undercover detective out of the DEA who did in fact infiltrate the Sinaloa drug cartel and did in fact get into the inner circle of El Chapo Guzman, who's now in prison in New York. So the characters were real people, and the events really did happen, with the exception of some creative liberty that I took to make it more exciting for a film. But the facts are there. I stayed true to the facts. So the film, it really supports our police authorities throughout the nation, everything from local police departments through DEA, through ICE, through Border Patrol, and it really tells the perils that these people have gone through trying to keep this country safe and free from drugs and narcotics and people smuggling and child abuse and pedophilia and all of that that's brought in through these illegal entities, through illegal immigration into this country. The children that are bought and sold is unreal, and most people don't even know of it, but I've seen the actual records. You're talking 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old children being sold. And we thought slavery was gone 150, 200 years ago, but it exists very strong today through this underground smuggling cartel type business. And I think the story is really important for young people today to see how drastic being involved in drugs really is and how it ruins your life. You take somebody like Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. The man is worth billions of dollars, all right?
Exactly.
But would you take $1 billion to spend the rest of your life in a penitentiary somewhere?
No way.
Yeah,
No way.
absolutely not. So yeah, the drug business made all these billions of dollars for him. competition cartels are always out trying to kill him.
That's good.
Now he's in a penitentiary that he'll never probably get out of. What is it worth it? Where's the gain?
Exactly. This movie will not be only the action part. It has some.
It has
subject.
It has a very serious love story connected to it. Yeah.
That's very good, Mr. Jalili.
Yeah, the good thing, because I'm always standing with a human being, and we have to give the value of the human being. And the patient right now, Tony talking, he's in prison, as like we're talking right now, and he's never coming back. But what we need education to young people, to able to understand. Yes, you for period of time, you use your energy and be successful. You can be more successful than that person, but one day, another day, they're going to catch up, and you have rest of your life in the prison.
It's very good. So I guess we can have some other part that we can show about Mr. Tarantino works. Let's see.
Celebrity Quentin Jerome Tarantino was born in Knoxville, Tennessee on March 27, 1963. He is an only child to parents Connie McHugh and Tony Tarantino, who left the home before Quentin was born. At the age of 4, he and his mother moved to Los Angeles, which is where Tarantino grew up. Quentin is single and has never been married, but he has been linked romantically to several co-stars throughout his career. Actor, producer, screenwriter, and director Quentin Tarantino is known all around the world for his works such as Pulp Fiction, 1994, which grossed $213 million to this date, and known for its non-linear storylines, and Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, 2003 to 2004, which has grossed over $300 million since its release. These films helped him to gain international notoriety, but he had been writing scripts before these films. His first was My Best Friend's Birthday in 1987 and then True Romance in 1993. Recently, he received an Academy Award for his screenplay Django Unchained in 2012 and was nominated for Best Director as well. In 2013, Tarantino began work on another Western titled The Hateful Eight. The film has not yet to be released because of some material that was leaked, but he filed a lawsuit to protect his content. Since the leak, Tarantino has written alternate endings to this film with a budget of $44 million. It is estimated that his net worth is around $100 million. In the past 2 years, 2013 and 2014, he has earned around $10 million each year from endorsements, sponsorships, and royalties.
اون چیزی که ملاحظه فرمودید پسر تونی هستش، مثل تونی تارانتینو، کوینتین تارانتینو که هم اکتوره هم یکی از مطرح‌ترین کارگردان است و همطور که صحبت کردن پدر ایشون در این کار بوده، خود ایشون هم عاشق این کار شده و پسرشون هم عاشق این کار. What the concept is coming from, like your family, like my family. My father is one of the pioneer of film industry in back home, and he made more than 100 movies.
Wow.
And why? What is in this job that most family they get involved with the father's job? Like my father.
Right.
He loved. From my house, from my childhood. I really like to be involved with this job. I follow it, but unfortunately, a little bit I changed my road. I choose TV business. Actually, in my heart and in my inside is a movie, which finally I'm gonna involve with it.
All
anyway.
right.
What is in this job? What is in this society? People get involved like that.
I think it's something different for everybody. For some it's a dream, and for others it's the inability from getting away from creating. That you have to create more than you have to eat. It's just like any kind of an artist, whether it's a Van Gogh or a Joshua Heifetz. The art is the entire driving force. With me, what I really like about acting is I get to be somebody and do things that I could never imagine doing in real life.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Mr. Jalili, that you helped our mission room to show that part. We go and see the other part of Mr. Tarantino's job.
What am I doing here? I'm doing here because I am a human being with a conscience. And when I see murder, I cannot stand by. And I have to call the murdered, and I have to call the murderers the murderers.
All right, that was left-wing Hollywood director Quentin Tarantino railing against police at an anti-cop rally in New York City last month. Now, these heated remarks are continuing to draw a lot of criticism, and police unions now all across the country are calling for a boycott of Tarantino's latest film. Now, even Tarantino's own father has publicly slamming him, calling his son, quote, dead wrong for those remarks. As a matter of fact, here to explain is the man himself, the father of Quentin Tarantino, Tony Tarantino. I've got to imagine this is hard for you to criticize your son. He made those remarks at that rally a weekend after a New York City cop was shot in cold blood and murdered. What do you say to that?
Yes, that's true. And it's not him I'm criticizing. It's his actions and the things that he had to say on the spur of the moment without taking the time to really think about what he's doing. He didn't look at both sides of the story. I'm here not just because I'm his biological father, but because of being a concerned citizen for what's right in our communities today. And it's extremely close to me because I have so many relatives on NYPD. I have two cousins on my father's side, Lieutenant Johnny Massaro, a horseback cop, retired. His son continued the tradition.
But Tony, you say spur of the moment. That didn't sound spur of the moment. These seemed like planned remarks. He went to the rally. He was prepared to speak. And obviously
همونطور که ملاحظه فرمایید نشون داده میشه که آقای تارانتینو چه شخصیت بزرگی در هالیوود هستن و پسر ایشون کوینتین که یکی از کارگردان‌ها و هنرپیشه‌های معروف هالیوود هستش. شخصیت‌هایی هستن که در هالیوود مطرح هستن و I'm talking about your how your values in Hollywood. و نشون دهنده این است که بک‌گراندی که این خانواده داره در هالیوود چقدر بلند و بالا هستش و چقدر مهم هست که چنین شخصیت‌هایی در مثلا فاکس نیوز که یک شبکه خبری بسیار مهمی در آمریکا و در سراسر دنیا هست به این صورت میاد وقتش رو میذاره و بحث میکنه و گزارش تعیین میکنه در رابطه با فعالیت این خانواده. I was explaining about how important and how value your family could have for like the Fox News, which is one of the very famous media in the world, not only in United States, which they make a report and they put the time, they set the time for someone like you that interview with you. I asked you before that which famous actor they worked with you in the past, and you explained to me that Robert Wagner and who else?
Robert Wagner, Stephanie Powers, Pacino, Robert Foster, Christopher Atkins, and it just goes on, it's a lot of years.
Which actor was more easy to work with him?
Well, I'll tell you the truth, I haven't had any problem with all these people that I just mentioned are really good people, easy to get along with. You take somebody like Pacino, but whether it be Sal or Al, Sal is Al's father, Sal Pacino and I were very close. He used to call me his second son. He introduced me to
his
Al.
father.
His father, yeah. And he introduced me to Al. And we sat and had meals together and did a lot of talking. People like this, they are so accommodating, so open, so joyful about sharing their passion. I remember in the conversation that I had with Al Pacino, we were sitting over dinner, and we were
He's
talking.
one of my favorites.
Oh, is he? Okay. We were sitting over dinner and we were talking, and he had just finished a one-man show here in Hollywood. What was it? What was it called? Harvey or something like that. It was a one-man show. And after the performance, we all went out to dinner.
You're ready.
And we're sitting there at dinner, and I looked at Al and I said to him, Al, tell me something. I said, for doing something like this stage play versus doing a film where you make millions of dollars on doing a film, and in comparison on stage, it's peanuts. I said, why would you spend the time working on a stage play when you make so much more money in film? And he looked at me, and here's exactly what he said. He says, Tony, let me tell you, the only reason I do film is so that I could afford to do legitimate theater.
Exactly.
All right, so that's showing where the love and passion it is.
Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, these people, they are member of avant-garde actor in Hollywood. Or how can I explain about the personality, and they are kind of different from many other actor and actress in Hollywood. Why?
Well, it's number one, the time that they came into it and what is important to them. Al Pacino is a product of method acting. Strasberg, he was very close to. I believe he took it over after the passing of Lee Strasberg. Okay, and the same with so many others like Marlon Brando and even
like Marlon Brando.
Yeah, even Dustin Hoffman. Dustin Hoffman and Gene Hackman were both students at the Pasadena Playhouse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then from the Playhouse, Gene Hackman said, "Okay, that's enough. I need to go to work," and he went right into film. And Dustin Hoffman, he decided to go to New York and study with Strasberg.
Mr. Hackman should be retired by now.
Who?
Right? Mr. Hackman.
Gene Hackman?
Gene Hackman.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't see any movies recently. But anyway, we're going to go the other part, then we come back.
Danny says to me, "Hey, white boy, give me your money." And I say, "Hey, all right, don't get excited. Here, take my ring. Here, take my Rolex. Take my wallet." So I open my coat, I reach inside, and I pull out a piece, and I put it right in his dumb fucking face. Then you know what? There we are, both of us, with guns in each other's faces. And I say to him, "Go ahead, punk. Pull the fucking trigger." You know what he does? Huh? Can you figure out what he does? He runs. Can you believe that? So bam, I bust him one right in the ass. He still runs. So bam, I cap him again in the other cheek. Now he's running. He's jumping like a whipped fucking dog. God, you had to have been there. Gee, it was the funniest fucking thing I ever seen. Man, I'll never forget that as long as I live. Oh, what an experience. Hey guys, let me tell you, you can bet your sweet young asses that every time this little cockroach parks his butt on the can to take a crap, he's gonna remember the day that he fucked with Sid Richards.
This is one of the parts of Holy Hollywood, so which is directed by Mr. Tarantino, right?
No, I played the lead in it.
Oh, you did play?
Yeah, and it was directed by the gentleman that wrote it. The hell's his name?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, Mr. Jalili,
yes,
you are starting to work with Mr. Tarantino.
Yep.
How long have you see him all I have to, meet him before.
Almost all day now, right? We met, 25 years ago?
Yes.
And in a lot of the different projects that you were just getting into, and we wound up sitting over coffee and just talking about a lot of things in the industry and just went on from there.
Yes. It was very my pleasure. And we started almost more than 25, 27 years. You lost the number. 27 years.
Oh, come on. I'm only 21. We know that can't be true.
Okay,
that's good.
Oh, it was amazing because Jack Valenti, the CEO of Motion Picture Associated in the Cannes Film Festival, he make me famous than everybody because they said, son, how did you come with this idea of the World Film Award? So when I come to, I said, tomorrow I'm come to the Cannes and the jury, I want to introduce you. When I came over there and said, 10 days I got headache, and Tony was one of the people over there, that's history. And they said, 10 years I got headache. He talking about complaining about Hollywood. I'm a CEO of Hollywood. I cannot do anything bad. Not me, this young man. And all camera come to my face. and they said, this man have an idea, and his idea, you make a Miss Universe. All Cannes Film Festival sign, only winner. They can participate one more time, but you don't have to cry for Hollywood. Hollywood going to consider the best director in the world, best actor in the world, 5,000. And after that, I come over there, they come, excuse me, can I talk to you? I said, I never have such a camera on you. Can I touch a little camera? I said, Tarantino, our camera for me.
That's very nice. We're going to see the other part, and we come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the 50 stars of tonight's program. Please welcome...
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody who voted.
I didn't start out to make a movie that would appeal to a particular demographic.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very honored to be here this evening.
I actually thought this was the Panama Family Film Awards. JT, Johnny Thomas.
My, this is
Sandra Bullock.
This is very.
What an honor this is.
The founder and president of the World Film Institute, Mr. Antonio Jalili.
Wow. Thank you very much. We at the World Film Institute believe by recognizing the achievement of family-oriented production and talent, we can affect the volume and quality in this area of entertainment. From my heart, I congratulate all of tonight's nominees for their dedication and passion in their work. They truly deserve for recognition. God bless all of you, and God bless family.
The Family Film Awards, brought to you by
People who in my life saw some sort of light in me and promise in me and gave me the opportunity.
Bob, you are an inspiration to all of us, and on behalf of all of us, I thank you.
It would take a year of nightly tributes to do justice to the accomplishments of Bob Hope that we're honoring tonight.
James Seymour. The art of making motion pictures and television programs family-friendly is not new.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we congratulate Mr. Tom Hanks.
Well, thank you very much, Diane, and thank you, everybody.
Welcome back to the Family Film Awards.
Thank you very much, folks. It's a pleasure to
Yes, همونطور که ملاحظه فرمودید بخشی بود از اولین جشنواره فامیلی فیلم فستیوال که آقای اولمپیا جلیلی به عنوان رئیس اون جشنواره سخنرانی کرد و دیدید که بزرگان هالیوود در اینجا حضور داشتن که البته متاسفانه به خاطر رقابت ها و یه مقدار مافیا بازی که در هالیوود بوده این جشنواره متوقف شد برای چند سال، ولی الان دوباره این جشنواره آغاز به کار کرده که حتما در ماهای آینده بیشتر راجع به صحبت خواهیم کرد و گزارشاتی رو تهیه خواهیم کرد و قطعا شما در کانال های آمریکایی مشاهده خواهید کرد. Mr. Tarantino, I have a question. Why in Hollywood one actor cannot stay for the long term? They come and go.
Oh, that's not true.
Yeah, like Kevin Costner, like many other actor or
Kevin
actress,
Costner's
they
been
come for the short time. They got the 3-4 Oscars and they leave and they don't stay. They go and they come back another 10 or 20 years.
Well, it's it's more up to the individual. Like Quentin says, he's going to quit after his 10th film.
He quit.
Yeah.
Why?
After his 10th film, he figures he's put in his contribution. Now step aside and make room for somebody else.
Oh, so that's
for the up and coming.
Okay, that's their choice. Their choice.
Yeah.
That they want to do it.
Right, and you take big name actors like that.
That's more beautiful.
We have one of the most, like say Cheryl Streep, for example. All right,
who?
Cheryl Streep. She started out as a young actress. She was very glamorous.
She was very active.
Did some beautiful films. She, I think, won more Academy Awards than anybody else in Hollywood. And today, and a woman of her age, if she does a film, she still plays the lead. And she's, I don't know, what, in her 70s or more? And she's
talking about Meryl Streep, I just want to
say. So it's the individual's choice. They say, okay, I've accomplished what I wanted to do. Now I want to get out of the limelight, live a nice, peaceful life, and go on from there. And then others are just addicted and they'll never quit.
What do you see, Mr. Stallone?
Stallone? I like him. Good people. I knew his mother pretty well. We had worked together. And Stallone, he started out as a youngster in films, and he just went on and on and on. And when he finally wrote Rocky, the original first Rocky, he couldn't sell it no matter what he tried. He was turned down everywhere. And then major studios finally liked it, his story, and wanted to buy it, but they wanted somebody else to direct it. They wanted somebody else to play the lead, and he said, no.
I have to play it.
I have to play it, I have to direct it. And that's exactly me.
What do you want?
With Prism.
That's what you want to do.
Right. Paramount offered to buy it from me, but they wanted Michael Mann to direct it, who's an excellent director. They said they would keep me on for rewrites and for consultation, and that was it. The only thing I would.
Well, you did not accept it.
No. I said no.
I'm here.
I said I wrote it. They would definitely have given me writer's credit, and I will direct it, or I will take it to the grave with me.
Oh my God!
That's very important.
Because the project is so far more important than the money. The money is something that happens along the way. All right? And with me, the money is not all that important except for what you can do with it. For Prism, I've pledged 10% of what that film makes to the families of disabled and deceased police officers across our nation. That, families that are in need for whatever the reason. I've pledged another 10% of everything that film makes for pediatric care, for kids of cancer and other disabilities, for their families, for the families that have the need. And that money will go directly to them. I've created a 501c3, a nonprofit, Tarantino as a nonprofit, and all I'm not looking for and don't accept donations. Any money that goes into that comes directly from me.
That's good.
Right, and the money that goes out goes directly to those in need. It does not pay anybody's salaries anywhere.
That's good. Anyway, we are out of time. I want to thank you again, Mr. Tarantino.
The last thing I want to ask him, why he invited me for the beer executive.
Well, you know, there's one thing bothers me about this man.
What is
okay,
that?
for as long as I know him, and he's got the Family Film Awards, right? And on the last one, he had a very dear friend of mine, Rebecca Holden, up there singing and entertaining and being a big part of the show. I've known Rebecca since the 90s. We met at Cupid Records. I was there doing a recording session. She came in and Jerry Cupid introduced us, and we've been friends ever since. And all these people get all these awards, but you think he ever gave me one?
Oh. that was a good one.
No.
Anyway, thank you so much. We are out of time. So I'd like to thank you again for being here, for accepting our invitation, and also Mr. Jalili, thank you for being here.
It's my home.
So very soon we're going to invite you to come and we show the most part of your job, you know, as a directing and as a writing. So I wanted my people, our viewers, to know more about your background, about your jobs that, you know, which is very respect.
Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Wish you all the best and hope to see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
خانم ها و آقایان, thank you so much. خانم ها و آقایان, این بود گفتگوی من با آقای تونی تارانتینو که یکی از کارگردان‌های نویسنده‌های و دایلوگ نویس‌های معروف هالیوود هستند و اکتور، هنرپیشه، و پسرشون هم همینطور. صحبت‌های بسیاری با ایشون دارم که انشاءالله در هفته‌های آینده باز هم از ایشون دعوت خواهیم کرد که به اتفاق آقای جلیلی تشریف بیارن اینجا و گفتگوی بیشتری داشته باشیم. پاینده باشید، برقرار باشید، امید روزهای بهتر و آینده روشن‌تر.
What brings you out tonight?
Well, mostly my friends. Rock Riddle is a longtime close friend of mine. He has and operates a business called APS, and I'm a guest speaker for him a lot. And I enjoy doing that because I like being able to feed as much information as I can to young actors, like this gorgeous young lady right here, Debbie Diesel, who is a young actress and part of that APS group. And it's really neat to be able to deal with these young people and try to give them some good information as to, you know, what's real and what isn't, what to look for and what to look at from a distance type of thing. So it's like my old daddy always used to tell me, you know, what goes around comes around. The more you give, the more you'll get in return. And I really believe in that. You know, my life has been blessed. I have never had to do anything in my entire life other than in the entertainment industry. Either in front of a camera, behind a camera, or on a bandstand playing my guitar, singing my songs. And I've written like 22 songs that have been recorded by major artists.
Offering these to three people, Mr. Rafiee, also Father Jorge Mora, came here from Mexico. Here he is. Thank you, Father. Finally, Staff Sergeant of the United States Marine Corps, recipient of a Purple Heart and a Bronze Medal, Staff Sergeant Justin M. Harding.